So you know that I'm not gonna bother with a super long intro because I hate them, and I'm sure you do too. So let's get straight into it. Today's video, we're gonna be talking about being single and pregnant. Two things that may not necessarily like naturally go together, or you might not naturally assume, but you know, it happens to a lot of us, and I just thought, let's talk about it. Just briefly about me. So my name's Beth, I'm in my 3rd trimester, I'm literally about to pop, I'm 34 plus 4 weeks pregnant, oh my god. And I'm single, I'm obviously doing the pregnancy on my own. So I basically just decided to start YouTube and TikTok, Instagram, the rest of it, because I've just been wanting to do it for so long and I've never really like taken the plunge. I've always been like super embarrassed, so this is the end of that. First of all, let's get into it. So I wanted to basically like outline the things that I've learned so far, but like apply them to yourself. So like tips on if you are single and pregnant. Why has someone just started doing some like work outside? But yeah, basically things that I've learned and like tips that if you are single and pregnant and maybe a bit earlier on in your pregnancy than me, you can start to apply. And then by hopefully sticking around this channel, we can figure out, you know, motherhood alone together. Jesus, it is really, really hot in this room. Let's start off with like one of the things that I think is like most important. Start everything as early as possible. What I mean by this is building your furniture, getting like your drawers organised, your hospital bags packed. Like when I went to my NCT classes, it was like all couples. So just, you know, we'll get onto that later, but it was all couples. And when we were talking about kind of like what everyone had organised, they were all like really last minute. But they have the privilege to be last minute, which, you know, good for them, but we do not, because once you get into your 3rd trimester, and I'm talking about, especially now, like I've got like about 5 weeks left now. I wouldn't have been able to put my Moses basket or like wouldn't have wanted to organise my drawers at this point. I'd be absolutely exhausted, because let me tell you, the pregnancy tiredness that you feel in your 1st trimester, the 3rd trimester makes you want to collapse into a heap on the floor. Like it's a struggle. So I would suggest doing everything as soon as possible. I started building all my furniture around 5 or 6 months. Now I know that sounds really early, but honestly, I could still move then. Now I have got the luxury of sciatica, or like, they said they don't know whether it's sciatica or like your hip bone, like the hormones releasing, and it's like relaxing for the birth of baby, but like whatever it is, I can't walk with it. So doing all the building work now just wouldn't have made any sense for me, and I just physically would be unable to do it. So I would suggest to do that, which kind of leads me on to the next thing, is getting all your hospital bags ready. So I feel like, I mean, you could give birth at like any point really, you know, if they are premature, but like most likely 37 weeks onwards, so like 37 to 42 weeks you can give birth in that time frame. And I just think having all your bags sorted and organised, everything purchased before you get to that last leg, then that is just the ideal thing for me anyway, personally, is just having everything ready to go. So like, as you can see in this little corner, it's actually all the hospital bags. So I've got a mini suitcase and like a nappy bag, but the nappy bag is just filled with like hospital stuff. And I just feel like more at ease knowing that like, right, the money that I've got is for like when she's born, you know, I don't have to like budget for that anymore. And I just found it like way easier to organise all of that stuff. I am going to do a video on like an updated hospital bag one, because I was so desperate to get my hospital bag video out that it was just awful. Like I was like, I'd fully organised baby girl's bag, but like my bag stuff just hadn't arrived, but I really wanted to film it. So I'm going to do an updated one on my bag, and then after I give birth, I will do like what I did use in hospital and what I didn't use, and then, or like what I wish I had or anything like that. So do stick around for those videos, because I mean, fingers crossed, you won't be far off, because what, I'm nearly 35 weeks now, and yeah, my midwife said if the back pain continues, then I could get referred for an induction at around like 38 weeks. So, you know, who knows? And this one is super, super important. So please listen to this one. I'm moving you closer to me for this one. Self-care. Do not let yourself forget about yourself. I try to do self-care in the sense of like every week, even like two nights a week, whatever it is, I'll do a face mask, a bump mask. I will read a book. I've literally had baths every single day. Like that's been the biggest most enjoyable part of my pregnancy is like having baths every single day. Like I just feel so weightless, so nice. And when I was moving around, I was going swimming a lot. So that was a big part of my self-care routine that unfortunately like I can't do anymore. But I'm very excited to like pick that back up when she is born. But it is all about like looking after yourself, and that is my version of self-care. That doesn't have to be your version of self-care. For example, your version of self-care could literally be like another version of self-care that I do routine every single Friday is I'll stick on a really good horror film. I will make white chocolate strawberries, which I've been obsessed with, and I will just sit on the sofa and veg and do nothing. And that's the version of self-care. Like the thing is, no one's version of self-care is going to be exactly the same all the time. So it's just about like finding what makes you happy and you content and just doing it. I think as well a big one for me, especially in third trimester, has been like I haven't really made as many plans with people. So for example, like with friends, or like in the first and second trimester, I was traveling a lot with work. I was traveling a lot because I had to get like a fill-in, and my dentist is an NHS dentist and it's in Birmingham, where my family, well, they don't live there, but like my siblings live there. It's a very convoluted story. But yeah, so I was going there like every single week, and then I was getting to a point where I was just really tired, and then I was seeing my friends, I was booking stuff in, and I got to the third trimester and I thought, no more plans. And that made me happy, as in like I still see people here and there, but for me getting around now is just more difficult, and I kind of just like want to spend this time nesting. So don't feel bad. Obviously, like I still keep in touch with everyone. I'm not like getting rid of all my friends, but I mean, I just think it's nice to listen to your body sometimes and be like, okay, you know what, my body's telling me that I need to relax and that I don't want to be around people 24/7, so that's what I'm gonna do. So the next one would be getting out of the house where possible, or like, I was gonna say as much as possible, but it kind of contradicts the last one. But it means more like every single day, even though I'm finding it really difficult to walk, I'm trying to walk even 10 minutes out the house. Even if it's like my current ritual or like routine is to walk to the nearest shop to my house, get a Dr. Pepper, and then when I come home, I have like a nice drink to have with my tea. But it's not necessarily about like me really wanting a Dr. Pepper. It's more me just wanting to like get out the house, maybe put my music on. You know what, I have this habit, and like sometimes people think it's really weird, but I actually really enjoy it, is I put my earphones in so it looks like I'm on the phone, and I turn my notes app on, and then I just have a bit of like a rant about things that are annoying me or things that I want to do. Sometimes I talk about like the future things that I want, or like manifest stuff, talk about the life that I'm gonna have in the future, or just like generally like get excited about baby girl, like all of those kind of things. I personally love to do that, and you don't look like you're talking yourself because like your earphones in and you look like you're just on the phone. So I love doing that on my little walks, or I just put some music on. The next one is kind of building your own support network. So I'm still working on this, but this is my kind of goal. When I say like obviously I'm doing the pregnancy on my own, I'm doing the pregnancy on my own, but that isn't to say that her dad isn't involved. Like, so he wants to be involved in her life and stuff, which, you know, that's great. But for the majority of the time, because she's going to be living with me full time and I'm a primary carer, I am a single mom. So in those senses, it's about building your own network of support. Now, your NCT classes, if you can go to them, if you can afford them, or if you want to go, whatever, it's up to you. I went to one in like Didsbury, which is basically quite far from my house. It's like the opposite side of Manchester where I live, and I probably won't be seeing like those mums again because it's just too far out my way to go and meet them. So I would suggest to try and find an antenatal class close to your house, but mine just didn't have any nearer to my house. They'd all kind of like, the spaces had gone or the dates clashed with myself and her dad because we went together. And yeah, I think that's a big thing, and I can't wait to take it to like baby classes, baby groups. And I did actually join the app Peanut, but like, right, I don't know whether it's because I'm a single mom, but like no one was like interested in being my friend on there. So I love that for me. But maybe they should make like an app for single mums. I think that might be quite nice. I don't know. That's just the vibe that I got of Peanut, because I really tried like for the first few weeks going on there, like speaking to people, waving at people. Yeah, like no one spoke to me. So that was nice. But you know, it could be a multitude of reasons. But I'm really just like relying on kind of my family and like them as my support network. So my siblings live in Birmingham. I'm originally from Manchester, so my parents still live here. One of my brothers still lives here, and he's actually having a baby. So his baby is going to be born 6 months after mine. So yeah, kind of kind of insane that we're having one at the same time. There's been no children in the family since I was a child, which was like 28 years ago. And then there's 2 in 1 year, and I'm so excited to be an auntie. Like, so they're my support network here, and then I've got like friends here, and then I've got like my sisters and my brother in Birmingham. So, you know, there is a network, and then I've obviously got her dad and stuff. So everyone's like really excited to have a baby in the family and trying to be really flexible so that like I can still have a life as well as her, and everyone just wants to be involved, which is super nice. But in general, I'm just talking about building your own support network. So finding your village, like your people who will help you like look after baby if you need to, or just like be there to help your mental health. Maybe they just come and make you like your tea, or like make you a cup of tea one day, bring you a coffee, something like that. Like, that's what I'm aiming for. And I've got no mum friends, so I'm very much excited to like find a network of mum friends in the area that I live. And yeah, just in general, like having that whole new part of my life open up is exciting. Like finding like new places to take baby and just meeting different people and making new friends, because I think as you get older it's like quite difficult to make friends. So I feel like this is a big milestone in my life where like I've got a reason to make new friends. Not that you need a reason, but like, I don't know, I just get a bit like anxious about stuff like that. So as a bid not to make the longest video on planet Earth and hope that you haven't got bored already of this video, I'm going to end the video here because I feel like they're the main ones that I wanted to share. But if you are interested in following my journey of being a single parent, because I'll be giving birth soon, then please do subscribe. Also, I'll put my TikTok and my Instagram on the screen now so you can follow me over there as well. And yeah, just join this little community. Hopefully I find some mum friends online. I've actually already found some mum friends on TikTok and Instagram, which I am very happy about because, like I said, I don't have any mum friends. So building these relationships, even online, it's just like so reassuring and really nice. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video and it's a little bit helpful, reassuring, and a positive take on being single and pregnant.